Well, Johnson, our business is tough too, with the economy being this bad.
The local shopkeepers in the neighborhood shopping district unanimously commented. This is a certain branch of a regional bank. In a corner of the counter, there is a booth for corporate clients, and local business owners drop by every day to vent their frustrations. Their worries never end, from problems with cash flow to recent troublesome customers and not being able to find a suitable match for their only daughter, and so on. I've become quite familiar with them, and at 45 years old, I'm already considered part of the middle-aged category in society.
Johnson, can I have a moment?
Oops, Director Smith is calling me. I said, more, I'm sorry. Please feel free to drop by any time, as I approached the familiar business owner and left my seat.
Johnson, it's troublesome if you keep slacking off like this forever. It seems like several of your loan clients are in a precarious situation. Have you looked into the true financial situation?
Oh, Director, I apologize. But you see, everyone here is doing their best to continue their businesses locally. As I answered while scratching my head, the younger director gave me a stern look.
It's not about doing your best. It's meaningless if you can't collect the loans properly. That's why you're still just an ordinary employee.
Yeah, I knew it. Certainly, my colleagues who joined the company at the same time as me are either excelling and getting promoted at the head office or have already achieved the title of branch manager. I'm the only one left still going around as a mere salesperson.
Anyway, Johnson, it's a sudden thing, but I need you to go on an out-of-office assignment tomorrow. Please check the situation at the Brown Hotel. I've heard it's also in dire straits, so make sure to arrange the loan recovery properly.
Yes, I'll do as you said. I did it today, but it will just be another leisurely sales trip chatting with the local gentleman, so it's fine. I bowed to the director. The next day, I headed for the Brown Hotel. The Brown Hotel is literally an old hotel located at the top of the mountain. It's located at the end of a steep mountain road, so there are few customers, and the elderly owner couple has no successors, so it's only a matter of time before they close. But it's quite a tough mountain road. Oh. I was driving on the mountain road when I suddenly stepped on the brake. Just as I turned a curve, a car was stranded right in front of me. A chubby man in a plaid shirt waved his hands vigorously at me. What's going on?
Well, I'm in trouble. My beloved car stalled.
The man said while wiping sweat from his brow. His car looked quite old at a glance. The body was covered in dust, and there were dents in several places. It even had a pungent smell, so it was questionable whether the car had been maintained or not. I checked the time, and I had about an hour until my appointment. It's still okay, eh? I took off my suit jacket and decided to get out of my car. Wow, this is quite an antique.
You think so? It gets more charming as it ages, so I can't let it go. But sometimes it suddenly gets in a bad mood and causes trouble.
Even though we were stranded on this mountain road, the old man seemed to take my compliment as he smiled. My phone has no signal, so I can't call for help. What should we do? Can I take a look? I had him open the hood, and I walked around to take a look at the car. A stifling heat surrounds me. Oh, I see. I bend down over the hood and struggle with it. Meanwhile, the old man watches me with keen interest. After a while, Drenched in sweat with my hair sticking to my forehead, I finally close the hood. When the old man turns the key, the engine roars to life.
Oh, that's amazing. Truly amazing. You've saved me.
The old man vigorously shaking my hand with his sweaty one.
How can I thank you?
No need to thank me. We help each other when in trouble. Someone once said that taking care of a car means taking care of everyone associated with it. Anyway, I checked the time and my eyes widened. While I was engrossed in repairs, more than an hour has passed. My appointment time has already come and gone, and I still have to navigate through the mountain road ahead. I need to hurry, so I'll be on my way. Is it okay if I pause you at a convenient spot?
Oh, of course, of course. Sorry to delay you.
We both get into our cars and start driving. Along the way, I waved him when I passed the old man's car, and he waved happily when he noticed me. Perhaps he's a guest at the Brown Hotel. I briefly ponder this as I continue on my way. While driving, my phone signal finally connected, and I received a call from the director.
Johnson, where are you? I got a call from the Brown Hotel, and the owner said you didn't arrive yet.
Smith, I am sorry, I'm on my way now.
Being late for an appointment with a client is a disgrace to the bank. You can't afford to be underestimated by those you are supposed to recover loans from. That's why you're of no use.
I knew it, so that's why I'm in a hurry.
When you get back, there will be consequences. Be prepared for possible termination.
The furious director hanged up the phone abruptly. I'm in for it now, I think to myself. But first, I need to prioritize the appointment in front of me. I pressed down harder on the accelerator pedal, determined to make up for lost time. As soon as I parked in the parking lot, I rushed into the hotel like a rolling down. Excuse me, I'm from 5-Star Bank. I gasped for breath as I called out, and the elderly owner of the hotel emerges from the back.
Oh, we've been waiting for you. Oh, what happened? Your shirt?
It's only when the owner mentions it that I realize my shirt is drenched in sweat, and there are oil stains all over it. That is making me look far from a banker. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a few things happen on the way here. I apologize for being late. I bow my head, and the owner says, "Well, that must have been tough," and guides me inside. As we walk down the hallway, the owner starts talking.
As you know, our business has been struggling.
Despite having such a splendid hotel with a magnificent view, it's such a shame. That's why we, as a bank, want to continue supporting you, but I choked up at that point. This is where I always struggle. In front of the hard-working local business owners, I can never find the words to cut off financial assistance. I always end up wanting to find a solution together, even for customers who don't benefit the bank's profits. The reason I can't improve my performance and get promoted is precisely because of this. My colleagues used to mockingly call it being too nice. With some effort in choosing my words, I was escorted into the reception room by the elderly gentleman.
Please wait here for a moment. I have someone I'd like to introduce today, and I believe they'll be arriving shortly,
he said, closing the door behind him. This hotel was run by a husband and wife, and there was no successor. But who could it be? While puzzling, I waited someone for about 10 minutes. Then, multiple footsteps approached, and the sliding door opened. When I saw the person who appeared with some co-workers, I couldn't help but widen my eyes. "Oh, that's you."
Oh, it's you.
The slightly chubby man who smiled was undoubtedly the same gentleman who had stalled his car earlier. However, he was now dressed in an upscale suit, not a plaid shirt and jeans.
I appreciate your help earlier. Actually, I'm working on the hotel business.
I was handed a business card by the gentleman, and I was astonished when I read it. Williams Resorts, President and CEO, A. Is that famous hotel group.
Haha, I'm delighted you say that.
The gentleman, now President Williams, encouraged me to take a seat. According to the president's explanation, the Williams Group had plans to revitalize this hotel and transform it into a resort. Today, the president himself had come for an inspection, and at the hotel keeper's request, they had hastily scheduled an appointment with the local bank.
Are you here to collect on the loan because this place is struggling? Don't worry, if we take over, we'll make sure to repay it.
Well, I suppose so. But why did you choose this place? The view is splendid, and there's land. But these are pretty typical conditions for the countryside. As I tilted my head in puzzlement, the president spoke with a somewhat nostalgic look in his eyes.
Oh, this place has some personal significance for me. When I was little, I used to come here every summer vacation. My parents worked tirelessly year-round, but during that time, we would spend a week here together, playing football and fishing.
The president continued with a smile, addressing the hotel keeper.
Brown, you always took good care of us. You knew exactly which pond black basses gathered around.
Well, I've been living here for 50 years, not for nothing.
After exchanging smiles with the wrinkled face, the president went on.
Brown treated me like a real family member. So when I heard that there was no successor and this place was on the verge of closing, I couldn't stand it. I just had to find a way to revive this place.
Listening to this story, I couldn't help but feel moved. There was someone who cherished this rundown hotel, even when the locals had nearly forgotten about it. As a local, it's a heartwarming story. Thank you very much.
Furthermore, Johnson, I've made a decision today. If we build a resort here, naturally, the number of tourists will increase. At that time, I'd like to give back to the local community. In other words, not just having a facility from the Williams Group pop up here, but I want to revitalize the entire area with the local business owners. That's why I want to join hands with your bank.
Listening to the president's story got me excited. It's so exciting that the Williams Group and the local business owner are revivaling for this area. And on top of that, our bank becoming a key player in this endeavor. I had a strong feeling that this could turn into a major project. Well, that's a fantastic proposal. We'd love to collaborate.
However, there's one condition. You must be the direct point of contact.
What? The president's words left me wide-eyed. It sounded like a dream for me, a rather unremarkable banker, to become the project lead. On the other hand, I couldn't help but recall the furious demeanor of my boss, who had hinted at the possibility of firing me. I'm thrilled by this opportunity. However, I'd like to discuss the specifics of my role at a later date.
Johnson, please listen.
The president firmly grasped my shoulder.
I used to think I was no good with bankers and salespeople who acted all high and mighty. Honestly, I didn't even want to meet you today, but you're different. You prioritize helping people in need right in front of you. I'm sure you helped me, even if that road wasn't a one-lane road, right? Meeting someone as sincere as you made me want to work with your bank.
Mr. William, I never imagined that repairing his car by chance would come back to benefit me in this way. So, I gathered my courage and made a phone call to my displeased boss, explaining the situation. To my surprise, my boss, who had been in a bad mood, suddenly became overjoyed. He promised President Williams that I would be the one in charge of this project.
Well then, I'm counting on you, Johnson.
On that day, the president and I shook hands firmly and parted ways. Several months after the day I met President Williams, I'm now working on planning a community revitalization project in collaboration with the Williams Group. It's my first time serving as a project leader, but all the people I'm seeking cooperation from are local business owners I've been chatting with every day. Everyone said if Johnson would join the plan, and thankfully, they all agreed and rallied together. Furthermore, Director Smith saw I got support from the local business owners. Therefore, he promised a promotion upon the project's success, which motivates me even more. And there was one more good thing. I've also become a friend with President Williams on a personal level, and one day, during a drinking session, he asked me this question.
Well, I was surprised by Johnson's skill in resolving the engine stall. Where did you acquire that knowledge?
Oh, well. I shrugged my shoulders. The truth is, my family runs a small auto repair shop. I used to help with repairs until I reached high school, so I have basic troubleshooting skills. However, the latest cars hardly ever break down, and if they have issues, it's common to take them to a major car dealer. So, I thought my family's business wouldn't have a bright future and decided not to inherit it. Instead, I joined a bank, and I grew distant from my family. When the president heard this, his eyes sparkled.
Oh, really? In that case, maybe I should have your family take a look at my beloved car.
Huh? Is that okay?
As you know, Johnson, my car is a foreign import, and it's quite old now. It's too niche, and there are few places I can trust for maintenance. But with your family, I'd feel safe.
So, the president had my family service his car at our shop and even had it polished to a shine. Moreover, it seems he's been reaching out to his acquaintances who are car enthusiasts, and the number of people bringing in their unique cars for inspections skyrocketed. Because my parents' car shop was short-handed due to increased demand for repairs, I was called back to their car shop to help.
How did you meet such an amazing person?
My aging father asked me, "Dad, I told you before, taking care of a car means taking care of everyone involved with that car."
Yeah, that's right. But thanks to him, our business has been saved.
The once neglected auto repair shop has now become a gathering place for car enthusiasts and a hub for President Williams and the local community to interact. When Brown Hotel is revitalized, the flow of people here will change too. At that time, this shop might undergo a transformation as well. I hadn't planned on inheriting the shop, but if it brings happiness to the local community like this, I started thinking about taking charge of its future. Maybe it's time for a private heart-to-heart conversation with my father after a long while.